Welcome back to the Corner Castle. As you can see, I've been busy. So let's walk through here a little bit. I know you've seen all this. This side I have not started on, but on my copper, I love vintage copper. This is done. Isn't that pretty? Got all my spices, and that's filled with vintage and primitive items. And of course, my copper and brass vintage items. This room is done. The sitting room. It's kind of almost like a primitive, what they call a tavern, where your table is sitting in front of your fireplace, all nice and cozy. This is all done. You've seen all this. I am so excited to have this room done. I also have, sun's a little bright here in the Bayou City today, which is nice because we haven't had a lot of sun. We've had a lot of cloudiness and rain. Fortunately, Arthur missed us. And here we are with the windows, with my curtains. I do a double curtain. That's my potting area back there, which I would show you, but right now we are in what they call a dangerous heat wave. So I'm staying inside. Tex and I are staying out of the way. And then here's this side. So we are all done, people. I'm so excited. Isn't that pretty? I just love the coziness of this room. I've decided to keep the floors the way they are, at least for now. Now, let me show you the kitchen. We have, this cabinet here is from Mexico. Carries a lot of my wood dishes, and of course that's Tex's little area there. I put it on a placemat, which makes it real convenient in case I spill something or he does. I love these. These are vintage copper measuring cups I got off of Etsy. Can't remember the name of the shop, but if you look for vintage copper measuring cups, you'll find them. And then up here, I put 2 layers of baskets and a old cutting board with my favorite little pumpkins inside. These doors, I love how they turned out. I used the same color I had used in the breakfast room over there, the sitting room. It's called Saddle. And then I took black wax and did a light coat over them, which kind of tones them down, and I love it. And of course, there's my vintage barrel, primitive barrel, and some copper little pots, trays, an old broom. That's an old washboard, all vintage. And then over here, I have again some vintage copper utensils. This here is antique. This is one piece of carved wood that my dad brought home from Spain. That's of Moses and an antique rosary on it. And then of course, a beautiful cross. And that up there is my grandfather's. At this house we serve the Lord. And then these were some primitive hearts that I've had that I just love. They're so cute. And then I put some of our everyday dishes in here. In this cabinet, along in those drawers would be napkins. And there's Tex all curled up sleeping. And some old vintage bowls. So this side of the room, this wall is done. And then over here, I have this done. And I hung up my old ladders and put baskets. I'm very short. I'm only 5 foot. So, and I just love it. I just love it. Because I love things from a ceiling. I think we forget about our ceiling. And then these are some bottles that I made, some antique bottles that I put stuff in. These are some primitive wood eggs. And of course my beans. So I love to cook lima beans and other types of beans where they cook all day. That's I guess a Cajun thing or a Southern thing. I don't know. Some more of my spices. And then I put these primitive style, they're placemats, but I put them on they fit perfect on my stools. Keep my leather clean. And then that's just some wooden bowls with some recipe books. And then over here's my blooming lamp. They call them blooming lamps. That I got the idea from, what's her name? Liz from Traditions of the Seasons. I think that's what it's called. So there we go. That side of everything is, that side is done. Now let me show the cabinets. I still have one more layer to put in, as you can see. This side is done though. I don't know if you can see, but let me show you this side over here. This side over here, I did the same thing. I used the green and then put in, rubbed it down with some old dark wax, which I love. It tones it down, makes it look kind of vintagey, which I love. And that's what I'm doing with these here. Let me pull this out. You can see. So all the bottom cabinets will be painted this color. And then I'm going to put, take the cabinet doors off of these right here and decorate them. I'm getting to my age where I'm getting, it's too hard now to put, you know, to get the heavy dishes out of the cabinets above the counter. So I'm starting to redecorate the pantry, which is there, because we don't really have a lot of food because it's just the two of us. So I'm gonna be redoing the pantry. That part of it's gonna be to hold my dishes that I use all the time, so I don't have to keep bending over and stuff. And after this area is done, then I'll move to that wall and all of this right here. But first I gotta finish painting the bottom in that green. So anyway, that is it, my friends. I hope you enjoyed your little tour of the update of the kitchen and the finishing of the Tavern. Anyway, y'all take care and stay cool and dry, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, everybody. Mwah.